Hello, I'm Councillor Lynch and I'm up here today at the Romaine Dam site where there is some work going on. If you've been up here in the last week or so, then you'll notice that things are slightly different up here, while there's some maintenance work done to the very front end of it as well. In a second, I'm going to chat to some people that know exactly what's going on so that you have that full information. So Simon, can you tell me, why are we doing it?
So what we're trying to achieve here is the replacement of some very rusty pipes, essentially.
Okay.
So this dam was originally built way back in the 1900s, and it was a water supply for the town of Burnie. There's been some upgrades happen over the years, and eventually it was not big enough, not good enough water quality. So it's been replaced essentially with the dam up at Ridgely. But council will still retain the dam just as a recreational pond, and it also acts as an important flood detention basin to prevent flooding in South Burnie. Those old pipes that pass through, one of them we don't use anymore. That's the old pipe that used to be used for the water supply for Burnie. What we're doing with that one is we're filling it with grout, which is a special slurry that gets pumped in there, and it'll set hard. So at the moment it's really rusty, and we're a little bit worried that if we leave it too much longer, it could fail, and if it fails, then water can get into the dam embankment. The other one we still use, so that's the one that we use if we ever need to lower the level in the dam, whether that be just for maintenance or for safety or for any other reason. We've got a pipe there that we can lower the level. So that one we still need, and what we have to do is actually line it with a new polyethylene pipe.
Okay.
And what that's going to need to do is actually slide in from the pond into the inlet of the old pipe and right through, and we'll put a new valve on it, and it basically sits inside the old rusty pipe. What we're doing is then pumping grout in between the new pipe and the old pipe so that no water can get in there and everything's safe.
So it sounds like rather than go to the expense and the trouble of digging the whole wall away and replacing the whole pipe, we're actually going to retrofit the old one there, which should be safe. That's right. Much cheaper, much quicker, much better outcome. Now I'm going to have a chat to Phil. He's in charge of all things natural resource management for the Burnie City Council. And Phil, you've been involved in this project since it started. Can you tell us a bit about the impact that this project is having on the wildlife here? Because the community seems to be a bit concerned.
Yeah, Chris, I suppose it's not ideal that the water in the dam has dropped. But as you can see now, there's ducks, there's ducklings utilising the very small amount of water. And essentially, it has always been a creek before the dam was introduced. And yeah, the ducks are happy to fly away as well. And any fish that have been in the system, there is a natural change in level with the dam blocks some movement of fish into the waterway.
What about things like, crayfish, burrowing crayfish, stuff that Burnie has a lot of?
We do have some in the Romaine Creek. We did a natural values assessment before we did this work. That they don't like disturbed muddy areas, especially in this hotter time. They'll be in the shade, and they'll be in the fresh water with rocky base.
But I'm just looking now, there's actually water flowing here. But it's just smaller, like maybe the natural creek that was. We've got a lot of sediment movement, that's why it's all brown. But it will return. They were talking before about like a coffer dam that's going to happen here. Now my understanding is that's so that people can work on the other side of it safely, but it's also going to have the effect of perhaps bringing the water level up a little bit. You
can see now those small ducklings and mother duck are quite happy in this. It's essentially just the creek. But yeah, that will raise the level a little bit. Anyone that walks into the reserve further upstream will see ducks through there and further downstream of the dam as well. So they utilise all of the waterway.
Great, and we get seagulls as well by the looks of things.
Seagulls, there's swift parrots further up in the reserve. We're pretty lucky in Burnie to have this. And yeah, this small amount of maintenance, it's just going to protect it for the future.
Excellent. Thanks very much for filling us in on that. I think it's really important that the information from a natural resource management point of view is out there in the community. But if you've got extra questions or extra concerns, or you come to this area and you see things and you're not sure what's happening, please contact the council. We'd be only too pleased to talk to you about what's going on, and maybe put your mind at ease that things have been taken care of here in the best way that we can.